Hi there, this is your friend Anna, and the question that I've been getting the most from all of my friends is what are we wearing? This age-old question isn't just about choosing an outfit, it's about choosing how we present ourselves to the world. I created the I Want Her Shoes podcast to dive deep into what it means to dress with intention, whether you're heading to a council meeting or just having a casual day out with your family. Join the conversation as we explore the power of personal style and the decisions that shape our public personas. Put on your favorite pair of shoes and step into my closet. Welcome back to the I Want Her Shoes podcast, where we talk about power, presence, and personal evolution in every season of life. I'm your host, Anna Anderson, and this week's episode is personal. We're talking about breasts, but not just the glossy, edited, get the perfect body kind of way. We're talking implants, explants, lifts, decisions, regret, reinvention, and the deep emotional journey that often runs underneath us all. And joining me today is someone I trust deeply, Dr. Sylvia Rotemberg, a board-certified cosmetic and reconstructive plastic surgeon based in South Miami. And with a career shaped by innovation, integrity, and intention, Dr. Rotemberg is known for her ability to enhance what's already beautiful with natural, balanced results that feel like you. And she's performed thousands of procedures, from body contouring after massive weight loss to subtle aesthetic enhancements. And her work is guided by one mantra: you should still look like you, just more confident, which I think that's amazing, and I agree. And I actually recently had my own explant and breast lift done with Sylvia. I'm going to call you Sylvia. Okay. So this conversation is about my own journey too, and the choices, the emotions, the healing, and the very real questions women face around our bodies, aging, and identity in general. Yeah. And this isn't an episode about what you should do. It's about giving yourself permission to choose you. So Sylvia, it's so nice to have you here. And first of all, I would love to learn about you. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm
so excited to be here. And so a little bit about me. I was born and raised in São Paulo, Brazil. Then I wasn't expecting to move to the U.S., but out of chance, I moved to Cleveland, Ohio, where my parents were living. And I redid all my training over there and worked at the Cleveland Clinic for almost 10 years. And then I moved to Miami because I was tired of the cold. I wanted to see the sun for a change. Yes. After more than 20 years in Cleveland, I wanted to see the sun. So I moved to Miami, and it's been a journey. I had to learn to speak Spanish, otherwise you don't survive here.
Start again about the procedures that you do.
So I do a lot of breast surgeries, breast reductions, breast implant, augmentation, breast augmentation using your own fat, breast lifts, all kinds of breast surgeries, and also revision of breast reconstruction. I used to do a lot of breast reconstruction. And then I do, excision of breast tissue for massive weight loss patients, especially male patients. When they have that boobs, we remove the boobs. Arm lifts, thigh lifts, tummy tucks, pubic lift. I do a lot of labiaplasty, vaginal rejuvenation, and upper blepharoplasty, some facelifts, but that's not my main forte. Yeah.
Right. Sounds like you like boobs and vaginas.
I like boobs and vaginas.
Yes, there you go. So let's start with a big question then. Why do women choose to get breast augmentation or implants? And how have those reasons have evolved over the years that you've been practicing, especially like the last 10 years, I think?
I think that in the last 10 years, there has been a change for women that want to have breast augmentation, but they go a more natural route, doing fat transfer. And fat transfer, we liposuction some other body parts and we transfer that fat to your breast. It's a very good procedure. The only problem is that sometimes it's not one surgery that will give you the size that you want. So you can never have that same volume, the same cleavage that you obtain with one surgery with breast implants with a fat transfer. Fat transfer, usually for you to get the same results, you need at least 2, sometimes 3. And you have to be a little bit on the overweight side, because if you don't eat, you're not going to feed that fat, so your boob's not going to get bigger.
Okay. So you have to actually...
We have to feed it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. I don't know. I mean, for me, you know, like when I got implants in my 20s, that's when it was like the Pamela Anderson look. Everybody wanted, like, you know, really big boobs. And then 20 years later, you know...
Yeah, women are going more of a natural look.
Yeah.
They still do implants, but smaller
Maybe
size,
not like
not
the ones
large.
up to your neck,
right.
You know. Like,
correct. Yes.
So...
And nowadays, I think that there are also different types of implant profiles. So you can have wide or narrow, high.
That's interesting that they didn't have anything like that 20 years ago.
Right.
It was just like they give you saline and silicone option, and that's it.
Yeah, right. So
and that's
we have different profiles.
Yes, which is great. And you know, another thing for me, like I didn't want the same look, right? Like when you're in a different part of your life, you know, it's just different when you're 20s versus 40s. Like,
right,
you know, you're looking for a different aesthetic.
I feel like as we get older, if you have large boobs, I don't know, you feel older.
And right? I think it ages you.
And you look,
you look older.
Fat.
Yes, you look fat. I mean, I literally, I feel like, I mean, everybody now tells me that they think I lost a lot of weight, but I just lost my boobs. Yeah. 2 sizes, you know. So, yeah, I went from, I had like, literally, like I had the 34D, and now I have like, I don't, like maybe a B right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll probably be like a small C, which is, it's not bad. I think that's a good size, you know. And your approach is really about natural looking transformation. Can you talk about your philosophy and how you guide women through the decision making process? Because I feel like if you go to a man, it's like a different decision making process.
Yeah, I think that, you know, I feel like we women, we're intelligent. We can make our own decisions if we have all the information available to us. And I think it's not every procedure is for everyone. You know, what may work for you may not work for another person.
Right.
So I just I give you all the options, and I explain all the risks and benefits, and I help you choose the best for you. Because, you know, sometimes some women, they want the implants, but, or they want to replace, they want the explant.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is they cannot see themselves without the boobs. You know, and you can see that they're going to be massively depressed afterwards.
Oh my gosh,
because I have had patients crying for months.
Oh my gosh.
After the explant. And you know, you have to balance, you have to really make sure that that's the right decision for you. It's not what society is doing that you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And not what all your friends are doing. So I think that, you know, I tell everyone, go to your little closet, talk to yourself, you know, ask for some sort of illumination, and make the right decision.
Well, I mean, I think it really, because, you know, for me, it was not, my boobs were already like all messed up, you know, because of the kids, and I needed to get it done, right? But I still had fears about it. So, and I put it at like way to the end of the 20 years that you're, because they tell you with silicone, at least it's still the same now, that you have to take it out in 20 years.
Yeah, with silicone, you know, they're not forever. Now, even in the implant box, it says that, you know, they're foreign devices. They don't last forever. So you should replace them. Now, are you going to replace them every 10 years, every 20 years? Some patients last a little bit longer. Others don't.
Yeah.
Now, mammography and ultrasound, they're very sensitive nowadays, and most radiologists will tell you if they suspect a rupture.
Ooh.
So it's a little bit easier.
And if something happens with a rupture, is it like, you know, I mean, do you just have to go get it removed like right away?
You don't have to get it removed right away. I mean, it's
Like
better.
leaking slowly into your body.
Because I don't think it leaks into your body, because when you have implants, because the implant is a foreign body, your body knows it's foreign, so it creates a capsule around it to protect you.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
It's your own body trying to protect you. And that capsule is going to keep that ruptured silicone in there.
Okay.
So, I mean, unless it's been ruptured for 10 years,
yeah, that's
then it starts to leak around the capsule, yes.
Well, we don't want to wait.
You don't want to wait that long, right? Yes.
But I think what I was trying to go with that is like, I think if you don't really have, like, if you still like your boobs and you just have to replace it, that's probably harder, you know, for people that are so used to seeing themselves
for some
like
patients,
that. Yeah.
Yes. For some women,
I was excited. I'm like, I'm like lighter now, you know.
No, yeah, and you know, and I have some patients that every time you replace the implants, if a patient wants to go smaller, most of the time they won't need a lift. And if they don't want the scars, they don't want the lift, then we may have to put an implant a little bit larger to fill up that whole envelope that they had. Because when you remove the capsule, you remove some tissue, so everything, you know, the space is a little bit larger inside. And so that is a tricky, because you have patients that they don't want to let go of their boobs. And
I didn't want the scar either, so
yeah,
you know,
right.
that was a big thing for me. Like, I was like,
So you just have to, I don't know, you have to compromise.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, it's...
But, you know,
have a saggy boob or you have a scar. You know, like, I guess
right.
or I didn't want to. That's the thing. I didn't want another bigger implant. That was just too much. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So,
but you can always put an implant back in if you want to. You know, if you're really desperate, if you cannot function socially afterwards.
Well, I'm okay, but I mean, I'm sure some people, because and your clothes. I had to get rid of like most of my lingerie because I'm not ever going to be a D.
Yeah.
You know, so that was kind of like, and you can't give that to anybody, you just have to throw it out.
No, you have to throw it out. Yes. But I have had patients that 3 years later or 5 years later came back and they say, I want my boobs back.
Okay. Hey, you never know. Maybe you have like a new, like something, you go through another like kind of changing moment in your life, right? Yeah, exactly. Yes. And now let's talk a little bit about recovery and what does that look like both physically and emotionally after breast lift or explant procedure. So, I mean, we'll maybe talk about what you see in patients and I can tell you my experience after.
So I think that the explant and the lift, it's not a very painful procedure. Patients, for the most part, they're almost back to normal after 2 weeks. I have to hold them back and tell them that they cannot exercise, they cannot go to the pool yet, or spa, or sauna, just because they're feeling great. But otherwise, it's a smooth recovery. I don't know what's your experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty smooth. It was better than the first time. The first time, I just was really like, I felt like somebody put like a brick on my body. So that was very weird to get used to, and it was painful too. So, but this time I felt pretty good until you took the tape off.
The Preveno off.
Yes, and now I feel like I feel sore. Like now I feel, I mean, I don't feel that bad, but I definitely feel like,
No, yes.
Like, especially underneath the boob, it's very sensitive, and it's always like, hot and everything. Yeah. And it's like,
I think that, the scar itself, any scar, any part of the body it can take up to 2 years to fully mature.
Yeah.
So it's important but I think that, stretching after a month is important, so you help the tissue recover a little bit better.
Yeah, so how long, like, for exercise?
Usually a month.
Okay. So a month is good? Any kind of exercise?
Any kind of exercise, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's not that bad then.
No, it's not that bad. No. Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit about post-weight and weight loss patients. How do you approach body contouring in a way that honors a woman's full story, not just like the after photo?
So weight loss patients,
especially with Rotemberg, right?
Yes, and it's tricky because sometimes you can reshape your whole body. You can do tummy tuck, you can do arm lift, breast lift, removing the skin on your back, on your butt, everything, thighs. But sometimes they still look in the mirror and they see themselves
like the same.
Yes.
Yeah, that's hard.
So it's very hard. I mean, some women, they're great. But sometimes younger patients, it's hard for you to make them, see that they shine inside of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's but I think that with massive weight loss is a little bit more tricky because some of them is just skin. They have nothing, especially for the
what do you
boobs.
do with that? Especially, yeah, like if you have nothing, and then some of those people like will lose way too much. Like I feel like people can't stop losing the weight, right?
Yeah.
So then you like literally just, that's hard,
It's hard. It's hard because they keep having more skin and skin, and even some massive weight loss, during surgery, you tighten everything, you look super tight, the nurses tell you, oh, this is going to be a problem because the wound's going to break down. But no, after surgery, they still have a little bit of excess skin. I'm like, why did this happen?
Oh my God.
I think it's the skin, even with swelling after surgery. It lost its ability to contract.
Yeah.
So even a little bit of swelling that they get, they can't get it back. So,
yeah, that's hard. Well, that's hard. Exercise, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, and eating well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, everything. It's like taking care of yourself.
Yeah. But a lot of those massive weight loss, they had either gastric bypass or a gastric sleeve surgery where their absorption is a little bit more limited.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about the plastic surgery and shame. How do you help your patients move through the social stigma, or should I feel guilty for wanting this kind of vibes? Because I'm sure. I mean, maybe you don't see it as much in Miami, but I feel like you must have some of that, right?
I see more with young women coming in with their mother.
Yeah.
Okay. So especially for labiaplasty or even sometimes for breast surgery.
Right.
Because some girls are born with one breast very small and the other one very large.
Yeah, that happened to me when I was...
And the mom doesn't understand why they want to have surgery. They say, oh, you should wait until you have children. You're going to breastfeed,
Yeah, but what do we do until then?
Now. But what do you do until now, right? Yes. And even, if they have enlarged labia, I mean, eventually they're going to have sex. They don't want to have sex because they have enlarged labia. So I try to explain to the mom that you have to honor your daughter's request and decision, and it's gonna be her life.
Yeah, and I guess for those kind of things, is it better to do it when you're younger?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, because it empowers them.
Yeah,
it gives them their self-esteem really rises. They feel a lot better.
Yeah. No, and that's great to hear.
Yeah.
And for women considering surgery but overwhelmed by options of horror stories online, because I feel like we see some kind of crazy things, what are some of the most important things, maybe a couple, that they should know about making informed, safe decision, because like before going to somebody, because I think
that you really have to feel comfortable with your surgeon.
Yeah.
Because if something goes wrong, you need to be able to hold hands with a surgeon, call, and they have to be available. Yeah. If you don't feel that connection, I think it doesn't work. I mean, I do have patients that come to me, and if they have a very difficult problem, or if I see that their mind is still not there, I tell them, go visit other surgeons. Get different opinions, see what the other ones say, and see which one you connect more, and make sure that the physician has hospital privileges,
right?
Because it's easy for them to have their own surgery center, but if they don't have hospital privileges, they will not be able to take care of you if something happens.
Yeah, you hear that, ladies? Yeah, the first time, I went to Stanford or something. Yeah, so definitely, like I knew we were at Baptist Health. So so I think that is very important. What if there is an emergency? They would have to rush you to the hospital.
They have to rush you to the hospital, but then that surgeon cannot go to the hospital.
Oh, really? Because they have their own ones?
Because if the physician does not have privileges, it cannot operate in the hospital or any hospital. You will be taken care of by somebody else.
Yeah, and that's kind of scary because you don't have that trust with that person. So
and the other person doesn't know what the first one did.
Yeah, so that's really And what do women in Florida specifically need to know or understand about doing this here versus like in New York or California? Are there any differences in the surgeries or like any kind of requirements?
I think it's you should watch out for who's the anesthesiologist, if you really have an anesthesiologist, or if it's the surgeon that is giving the IV and sedation. Because you want someone to monitor you,
right?
And also if they're board certified, if they have hospital privileges, if they do a lot of the procedures. You look at their reviews. I guess nowadays it's all online, and it can be scary. Because some people that
well, good, because I always read like there's, especially in Miami, or like there's like these like fake doctors that do all these things, and then people get infections and then they die.
Correct.
Yeah, so don't do that. Don't like, it's not something you should save money on. This is like your own body, and it's something you definitely should go to a professional.
That's right. And sometimes you see patients, they come in with a $20,000 outfit, but they don't want to spend $5,000 in surgery.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a fake outfit then, huh?
You would hope, no?
Yeah, pretty much, I mean,
you would hope.
Well, speaking of outfits, your job requires you to literally always be in scrubs. How do you bring beauty and individuality into your daily life? Whether it's, through, like, what do you do? Is it jewelry, scent, skincare? What do you do?
Yeah, I like, my perfume. I wear Jo Malone. And,
I love Jo Malone. Yes. Just ordered some soap from them.
Yes. And lipstick. But,
I always see cool jewelry on you.
And jewelry,
And cool glasses.
That's okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And before COVID, I used to dress up every day for work. And then
what happened?
COVID happened. And we got lazy.
Yeah, but you all, like, the whole team looks really cute, especially when you guys are matching in your purple and pink outfits.
We try.
At least it's comfortable. You're always
it
comfortable.
is comfortable, yes.
And you always joke about, that AI is not going to take your job. So I wanted to ask you a question about that. How is AI or just science in general changing, these things? Are we going to be able to like grow an ear, or can we grow like some skin? Do you know what I mean? So then we can like have extra skin, or like things like that. Where are we going with that? It's super interesting.
I think that AI is going to change medicine. It's changing. It has changed already. I have a friend that she's in vitro fertilization gynecologist, and she works in New York, and she was telling me that men that before they couldn't see any sperms, now they have a device, and an AI looks at for the sperms, and the AI always finds one sperm that can fertilize an egg.
Hey, I mean, I guess.
So she said it's crazy.
It's like life-changing.
Yeah, it's life-changing for a lot of men that before they were told that you cannot have a child.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So I think that it will change. I mean, we already are seeing, robotic mastectomies and reconstruction. So it's going to change, and I feel like in a way AI can empower women, because you're able to research.
Exactly, yeah. And maybe even see yourself like what you look like with little boobs.
Yeah, I mean, yes, with little boobs, or at least you have a vast option.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think that's good. But do you think there's going to be like robots doing the surgery someday?
I hope not.
Because that's so, like little tiny,
Yeah, I mean, for some.
For maybe like the artery or something,
yes.
That's...
But I don't think that for basic plastic surgery, I think it's going to be a little bit harder. Because
to trust like a...
I remember, I think it was 5-6 years ago, I went to a meeting and they had a robot for hair transplant. But the robot will take almost 10 hours.
Oh, wow. So how do you lay there for 10 hours to do that? Oh, my God. People would die there. So, like, you can't be out that long, right? For 10 hours, I mean.
You can, but, so I guess you have to juggle.
Yeah.
I don't see robots doing breast augmentation, but maybe, who knows?
That would be
Just
a robot trained by you to do that.
I'm waiting for my butler robot to be home.
I know they have those little things now, but you have to probably, get a third version of them or something, because they're not that great, the first version. But let's talk a little about, maybe, do you have any kind of a story or patient story that reminds you why this work is so powerful that you could share? You don't have to mention their name, but...
No, yeah. I think that, when I did breast reconstruction, that was very empowering. And even now, I think that young women doing labiaplasty procedures, it's also empowering. They feel so much better afterwards, and they're so happy, excited that they can wear leggings and they don't feel the camel toe, or they don't see that. So that is great. And breast, girls that have one breast bigger than the other, and a lot of times if they're a little overweight, we just do fat transfer. So they get a liposuction and
they didn't have that option when I was, that was my thing. They didn't offer that. So.
Yeah, so, it's, but for the most part, most of them are very, very grateful, and that's why I love my job.
Yeah, and that's great. No, because I was just going to ask you, how did you end up with specifically the plastic surgery part?
I think it's
because I can't even look at these things.
It's very artistic, and the good thing is every case is different.
Right.
You have to tweak a little bit because the tissues are different, your elasticity is different, the way your scar is different. So
so it's like you're an artist, like you're almost like a sculptor.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. And what would you say to a woman who's afraid of going under the knife but feels disconnected from the body or confidence?
I think that she has to work on her confidence first,
Yeah.
And then go and have surgery, because if you're disconnected, you can have 10,000 surgeries.
Yeah, and people do. They keep on doing the surgeries, and I know those people that have like so many of them, and they're never happy. They keep on going back.
Happy.
Yeah.
Right.
So and what do you say? I mean, do you turn those? I guess, what do you say to those patients that keep on coming back to you for more surgeries?
Sometimes I turn them away, and sometimes I tell them, I said, go find a second opinion, because I don't think I'm not able to help you anymore. I've done, and you see a lot of that with breast reconstruction patients, because I feel like with breast reconstruction, it's hard, when you have a breast augmentation for cosmetic reasons, you want that big boob, right?
Right.
So it's something that it came from inside of you. You chose to do that. Yeah. When you have breast cancer, you don't have to lose your breast. You don't choose, and we are never able to give back to you what you used to have, and the feeling is totally different. So you see a lot of women they're unhappy because the way they look, the way they feel is not the same, and they lose intimacy with their husband or partner, and it's very difficult, and it's mental. It's a lot of mental work, and we can try and change everything, but it's really, unfortunately, there's so much that we can do.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you're trying. I think that's great, And how has your own relationship to beauty evolved over your career of doing this?
My own relationship. Some days, especially when you had a party the night before, and you drank a little bit and eat a lot of salty food, and then the next morning you wake up and your eyes were swollen and you have to go to work.
Oh yeah, and you have to really do very serious, precise work.
And you're like, oh, I look like, but then I have to pause, look in the mirror, and you have to find that shine inside of you, to keep it going. Yeah.
No, I think that's awesome.
Yes.
Well, let's do this fun little round of this or that.
Okay.
Lift or explant or both? Well, I did
Wow.
both, obviously.
Yeah, do both. Yes, I think both is a better option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Implants in your 20s or confidence in your 40s? Both.
Both.
Yes. there you
Both,
go.
because you had fun with your implants in your 20s.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, and now you're done. That's
Yes, exactly. It's kind of like, it is kind of losing a person, like kind of the other, shedding like
Yeah,
the other
shedding, yeah.
persona that you had. So I think that's why it is hard for
We
people.
all evolve, right?
Yes, exactly. It's
We
part of
grow.
life.
Yeah, it's part of life.
Yeah. Natural symmetry or sculpted perfection?
I think it's natural, asymmetry, because it's really hard sometimes when you try to reach perfect sculpting or symmetric, it's hard. It's really, really hard.
Yeah, well, my boob went back to being smaller anyways, even after getting them done.
Yeah.
Like 20 years ago. So I guess your body kind of goes back a little bit to what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Naturally, so.
Well, and with age, our boobs tend to get bigger.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
people forget that we get fat.
Yeah.
Lymphatic massage or compression garments?
I think lymphatic massage is very important, and it helps your whole body overall. So
Yeah.
I'm very pro.
And is it okay to have a
massage.
massage now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Awesome. Breast lift or high neck blouse confidence? I guess could be both.
It could be both. Yeah.
Mirror work or meditation?
Oh, both.
Yes, I agree.
both.
Well, Sylvia, thank you not just for your gifted hands, but your grounded truth, kind energy, and unwavering commitment to your patients for
Thank
making
you.
them better. And my own journey, also from augmentation to explant to lift, wasn't just physical, it was emotional, spiritual, and honestly freeing. Thank you so much for making me feel so comfortable.
Thank you.
Yay. Mwah. And to every woman listening, there is no right way to feel about your body, but there is a right way to choose what feels right for you, whether you're had to do work or thinking about doing something, or you're just working on loving the way you are. This is the conversation for you, and as you said, it's personal.
It's personal.
So have it with yourself first before making any big decisions, and send this episode to any of your friends that are thinking about going under the knife, or who have lost weight or have any questions about these kind of topics. And you don't have to explain yourself, you don't have to justify your choices, and you don't have to shrink, apologize, or age quietly. You could stay ageless, ladies. And you can want more, you can want less. You can love yourself radically before, during, and after. And may this episode remind you that beauty is personal, power is intentional, and your body is your home, not your billboard.
Now it's terrible. It's taking me some days an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long commute.
I know it is.
Wow,
It is.
that's crazy.
Glad that you have it printed in bold letters and.
Yes, of course. I have to see it too, girl.
My magnifier mirror broke, and I was trying to put makeup on in my eyes. I was like, I can't see it in there.